student. In last week we learned about the magnetism, the directive property. Magnetic poles exist in pairs. Attraction and repulsion of repulsion between magnets, test for magnetism. We learned these things, and we also learn magnetic north pole, magnetic south pole, magnetic equator, what is magnetic axis, the definition of these things. Today we learn about the check your progress. Define a magnet. What is a magnet? A magnet is a substance that can attract objects made up of iron, nickel, cobalt or their alloys. This is a magnet or the definition of a magnet. Okay. Next is, what is a natural magnet? There are two types of magnets. One is natural, another is artificial or man-made magnet. So here the question, what is the natural magnet? Naturally occurring rocks such as lodestone or magnetite have the ability of attracting magnetic substances and hence are called natural magnets. Okay, now name some commonly used shapes of magnets. Some commonly used shapes of magnets are bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, disc magnet, magnetic U-shaped magnet, cylindrical magnets, magnetic needle, magnetic compass and ring magnets. So these are the commonly used shaped magnet. State the directive property of magnets. Next question, state the directive property of magnet. What is the directive property of a magnet? A freely suspended magnet always points in the geographical north-south direction. This is known as the directive property of magnets. So what is the directive property of the magnets? You are able to understand? Next question is that, what is the surest test for magnetism? Always repulsion is the surest test of a magnetism. Number 6 question, what do you understand by the magnetic axis of a bar magnet? The imaginary line or an imaginary line passing through the magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole of a bar magnet is called its magnetic axis. So what is the magnetic axis? An imaginary line passing through the magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole of a bar magnet is called magnetic axis. Now, what is the magnetic field? Pencil is in your hand. Okay, mark it. The force exerted by a magnet is called magnetic force. It is non-contact force, that is, it acts from a distance. Depending on various factors, each magnet has a certain region around it within which its magnetic force can be experienced. This region in which the magnetic force of the magnet is felt by the other magnets or magnetic materials is called its magnetic field. So I make it short, you mark from here. From where you mark, I am telling that one. Each magnet, from here you mark, third line. You see, in third line, each magnet has a certain region around it within which its magnetic force can be experienced. This region in which the magnetic force of a magnet is felt by other magnets or magnetic materials is called its magnetic field. Up to here, what is the magnetic field of a magnet? Next, the strength of a magnetic field of a magnet decreases as we move away from it. A magnetic field is represented using curved line called magnetic lines of force. Mark it again. A magnetic field is represented using curved lines called magnetic lines of force. Conventionally, magnetic lines of force are considered, mark it, the magnetic lines of force are considered to originate from the north pole of the magnet and move towards the south pole. So it comes out from the north pole and enter to the south pole, outsides of the magnet. The direction of magnetic lines is indicated using arrows. When two magnets are placed close to each other, the magnetic force between them can be represented using magnetic lines of force. Now, next is, this is the magnetic field, magnetic lines of force. Next we read the properties of magnetic lines of force. What are the properties of the magnetic lines of force? Very important. You learn it. Okay. All the points you learn it. I don't say you mark it. You learn all the points. Magnetic lines of force are continuous curves. It is a continuous curve. It is not break curve. It is a continuous curve. Outside a magnet, the magnetic lines of force begin to form the north pole and end at its south pole. However, inside the magnet, their direction is from the south pole to the north pole. Okay? No two lines of force ever intersect at a point. It is a curved line, continuous line, but two curved line never intersect to each other. Densely populated lines of force indicated a strong magnetic field, whereas widely distributed lines indicate a weak magnetic field. If the lines of force are densely indicated, then it is a strong magnetic field. It indicates a strong magnetic field. But if it is separately or widely distributed or indicates a weak magnetic field. Magnetic lines of force show the direction of the magnetic field at each point around the magnet. Each point around the magnet. Okay. Now activity 6. To study the magnetic field of a bar magnet, what materials we required? A sheet of white paper, a bar magnet and some iron fillings. Procedure: place the sheet of paper on a wooden table and place the bar magnet in the middle of the sheet. Sprinkle some iron fillings evenly around the magnet. Tap the paper gently. What observations you observe? The iron fillings arranged themselves as shown in the figure. If in your book the figures is given, in your book the figures is given. This figure, like this figure, it indicates like this figure. Evenly. Tap the paper gently. You see that the lines of force are there. Conclusion: the curved lines represent the magnetic field of the magnet. The curved line we are seeing, that is the magnetic field of the magnet. Okay. Next, activity 7. Aim to plot the magnetic lines of force of a bar magnet. Materials required: a sheet of white paper, a drawing board, a bar magnet, a magnetic compass and a pencil. Fix the sheet of the paper on the board. Place the magnet in the middle of the sheet and draw its boundary. Place the compass near the North Pole at position A. Mark the ends of the compass needle as 1 and 2. We mark it. The end point of the bar compass, we mark it. and next we place the second end point of the magnet and we get that curved line. We will do these experiments in our higher class. Okay, now come to the conclusion. We get the magnetic lines of force of a bar magnet that begin from the north pole and end at the south pole, because the outsides of the magnet, the lines of force always begins from the north pole and goes enter to the south pole. Earth is a magnet. There is a very important thing which one will learn very carefully. A freely suspended magnet always comes to rest in the north-south direction. This is because the earth also behaves as a huge bar magnet with its magnetic poles near the geographical north and south pole. The north pole market, the north pole of the imaginary bar magnet, is near the geographical south pole of the earth, while the south pole of the imaginary magnet is near the geographical north pole of the earth. That is why when a magnet comes to rest in the north-south direction, we get the earth's south and north direction, because the opposite poles attracts to each other, we know that one. So here the magnetic north pole of the earth magnets indicates the geographical south, and the magnetic south pole of the earth magnets indicates the geographical north. That is why when we suspend a bar magnet freely from its center, it comes to rest always in the north-south direction. The difference between the geographical and magnetic axis around 11 degrees. This is the reasons why a magnet has directive property. So why the magnets have the directive property? Because of the earth's magnetism. Okay. Now check your progress. Again check your progress. Page number 87. Fill in the blanks. Magnetic poles always exist in pairs. Dash is there, it is pairs. The region around a magnet where its magnetic force can be experienced is called its magnetic field. A magnetic field is represented using curved line called magnetic lines of force. Okay, so up to this today we learn. Bye today.